What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and today we are going on a video spree. Been out the last couple days. I've been handling some stuff. I had to do some YouTube offers like a training for copyright warnings and shit. So I was doing that to get some copyright stuff off my channel. But we're back, so make sure to run the likes up and tune in all day. And today, shout out my boy Kano. He requested this four-way battle. This is basically the big Hell Lord bad boys from their different verses. We got Malebogia from Spawn. We have Randall Flagg, or the Man in Black, from the Stephen King verse. We have Alduin from Elder Scrolls and Skyrim. And then we also, for the fourth, rounding out, is Pinhead from the Hellraiser Extended Universe lore. If these four at the peak were to clash, who would win? I'm going to break each one down real quick, and then I'm going to get into how I think this shapes up between all four. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's try to get this to 300 plus likes if you like battles like this. If you want to see your favorite content on the channel, hit me up to talk sponsoring videos. But without further ado, let's begin. First up, we will start with Malebogia. Now, this is a character who, in the Spawn universe, is one of the big bads, one of the rulers of his own hell. In fact, when Malebosia's there, he states in his own realm, he's omnipresent, omniscient, and he doesn't even answer to the likes of Satan in terms of what he's capable of. He has a lot of interesting hacks. For one, time hacks are completely on the table. He can casually throw you through time, see through time, manipulate time itself when he wants. His throne sits above the unimaginable, so he's beyond things like concepts and ideas and imagination. You can easily get him into outer. On top of this, he has soul hacks. His memory ripping is insane to the point that even Spawn said, yeah, he's like casually mind hacking me, taking memories from me. He casually bullies other Hell Lords, including the likes of Violator. He has instant regen, Hellfire manipulation. There's a lot of things he brings to the table that are kind of standard for the Spawn universe. And if you guys want to see the cosmology on Spawn, hit me up and I will get into that. But in terms of what he brings to the table, at least outer with his hacks, really good regen, time hacks, memory hacks, soul hacks, and hellfire hacks. And it's pretty much it for the summary of Malebogia. Let's get into the next character. Now, on to the Man in Black, or Randall Flagg. Now, this is one of the more interesting characters in terms of being a villain because in truth, he pops up throughout the multiverse of the King stories. What I mean by that is King has over 60 stories, and in a lot of them, there is an emanation of Man in Black, or Randall Flagg. He is a reality warper and dark sorcerer from the King verse that essentially just plots to destroy the Dark Towers. The Dark Towers being something that contains time, the concept of size or transcendence, and stories. It has pretty much all the concepts within it, and he wants to work to bring this down. Now, usually he is in the service of the Crimson King, the Crimson King being the big bad in the Stephen King verse, who even the writer fears, and the writer fears the Man in Black as well. In terms of what he's capable of, like I said, he can casually hop time, space, and even stories. He has different avatars he can use in case something goes wrong. He is a threat to the Dark Towers, which is at bare minimum an outer to high outer structure. And he works against the gunslinger, and he even was responsible for the eventual end of the gunslinger, who is one of the strongest characters in fiction, in my opinion. In terms of what his best traits are, he does have magic, but that's not really what makes him dangerous. It's his cunning, his intellect, and his actual AP, given that he is directly stated as a threat to the Dark Towers. He could hit that hard. Given we know Gunslinger can also destroy beings that can hurt the Dark Towers or help bring it down. So his narrative hacks, his time spanning hacks, as well as his reality warping and dark magic like telekinesis, telepathy, memory erasure, all these things that helps him be a troll, basically, one of the scariest trolls you could possibly be. It makes Man in Black a very underrated combatant when it comes to these horror villains. Next up, we have Alduin. Now, Alduin is one of my favorite bad guys ever. Spoiler alert, the main villain in Skyrim, the game, which is a part of the Elder Scrolls lore and mythos. Alduin comes from Akatosh, the being of created time, essentially created creation, as time has a lot more value in the Elder Scrolls mythos. However, Alduin will grow up to become the bad guy, even surpassing his father in power, as he's a threat to consume all of creation. Now, in terms of what Alduin actually brings to the table, he has his fire, he has reality warping as well. And the fire, by the way, can easily hurt outerversal beings. His reality warping is essentially whatever truth he commands can become the truth of reality, and this extends as far as outerversal realms like Sovngarde. He has hacks to take over entire realms instantly and command them, as well as put his own mist there so he knows what's going on. And these are realms without time, space, distance, and he's casually covering them instantly. He has regen, soul hacks, and even if you kill him, he'll just get thrown through the time stream and reappear once more. He's very difficult to deal with. He's an absolute powerhouse, and while he doesn't use a whole bunch of different things, what he does bring to the table, he is very potent with, which makes him incredibly dangerous. Now, finally, among the villains, we have Pinhead. Now, Pinhead usually gets slept on because the movies suck and they're not that strong. However, Clive Barker made it clear that his novels and comics related to Hellraiser are what really shows the power of the verse, because in the movies it's very hard to portray that. In terms of what Pinhead is, he is a servant to the Leviathan, the bringer of death to even the gods in all of creation. Now, in terms of what Pinhead has done, Pinhead is a reality warper. He can casually blend the different layers of reality, no issue. He can bleed through them as well. He has time hacks, space hacks, telepathy, mind hacks, emotional hacks. He is so powerful that at one point he stood in the dream sea, which has all of creation, all of time, all of stories, narratives, and mythologies and religions, and he took a piss in it. That's ridiculous. He is someone that also does not care. Like, he just brings pain to creation. That's what he does. It feeds his imagination. He feeds off imagination, even. So, in terms of power, he's one of the strongest you could possibly be. He's absolutely ruthless, and he's literally a troll. Like, he will just do what he wants just to troll creation because he can. Because if he dies, his story is a never-ending chapter, so he automatically respawns in the void outside of creation. Overall, he's an absolute beast and is slept on, again, because of the movies. Now, if all four of these were to face off, how do I see this playing out? How I'm going to go about this is I'm going to break down who gets eliminated first, why, and keep going from there until we have one person standing. First up, I think to get eliminated would be Malebogia. While he's a dope character, Spawn's amazing, Malebogia doesn't bring anything unique to the table in this matchup, especially on the scaling end. I feel like all his hacks could be countered by everyone else here, and he just doesn't scale high enough. This was kind of a mismatch to put him here, but again, it's a sponsored video. You kind of just got to roll with the matchup. I see Malebogia getting stomped out by any of the three that are also in this match. Now, above them, or the next one to be eliminated, to me, is probably the Man in Black. While he's an absolute beast, he more works in the act of subversion, and yes, his scaling is what keeps him in the match. That's why he would easily beat Malebogia, but the others have outer to high outer scaling as well. That's a really clean, and they're a lot more forward in their combative measures, as well as something like mind hacks, soul hacks. It's not going to work on Pinhead and Alduin. It just sucks. And I see ultimately this being the round Man in Black washes out. Again, when he got pulled up on someone that had scaling to him, he kind of got washed. The others, they didn't really have a counter to what he was doing, so he was able to get away from them. But here, that won't be the case. Pinhead and Alduin are both capable of high outer travel instantly. They have hacks that extend that way instantly. They would be a tough out for him. I see Man in Black going down next. In terms of who is next to get eliminated, it is probably Pinhead. While Pinhead and Alduin is really close, I feel like Alduin has better arguments for scaling higher. Pinhead's most impressive is definitely the Dream Sea, which puts him into contention. But while he's a menace, while he's a troll to all of creation, he's even sent letters to the editor and whatnot. Actually, you know what? I might have just changed my opinion in real time. Some of his fictional transcendence and narrative hacks are really OD. Pinhead might actually take this. Alduin's a beast, but when it comes to reality warping, narrative manip, all that, we know for a fact Pinhead's very capable of that. I see that being an absolute burner of a fight between Alduin and Pinhead. Matter of fact, let me know in the comment section who you think would win, but if both are at peak power, I'd probably take Pinhead. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Who do you think would win between all four at peak power? Definitely let me know. Shout out to Kano for sponsoring the video. And yeah, keep a lookout for more content coming today, including Asta content, why Sukuna vs. Lynch. The Lich is an absolute bloodbath. And I will do the Naruto 500 characters that beat him stream tonight. But anyways, it's been your boy Jobbers and Goons. I'll see y'all later. Peace.